Big derby. We
Yes.
had a big prediction last week.
Manchester, what did I say?
You said that if Manchester United win, and you said they were gonna win,
Yes.
that they will challenge for the title.
Definitely. I do feel that's still the case. However, my only issue right now, no, is if we win every game, bro, or Arsenal gonna drop
points.
points. That's my only issue right now.
Yeah.
But I think United the weekend, brilliant. I can't lie to you, bro. The game plan.
I won't lie. The
game
first half, the difference between the first half and the second half was amazing. How did I react? I said this game was hella boring first half. But it wasn't because of United.
It was a tactical thing, man.
It was a tactical thing for United. And City just couldn't hack it. Right?
Yeah.
Like they literally could not deal.
Yeah. I personally feel like the tactics is good from where it turned out.
Yeah,
He knew going head to head with City in terms of position, like you never
What he
gonna
has
win
to
that.
do, yeah,
You're never gonna win. So what they done is they're obviously pressing high, and it's similar to like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, how he played at United.
Yeah.
But the only difference was the defense.
Yeah.
United's defense is quality.
So much.
Luke,
Put Fred
for
on
me.
on the
And Fred on the Bruyne.
Yeah, and also that's what I was gonna say, like the man marking, but I Fred on De Bruyne and Casemiro's on Bernardo,
Yeah.
and Eriksen was on Rodri. So that man marking in the middle.
They won them in the game in the midfield.
They didn't won.
And the only outlet that City were having all the time is Cancelo. So when
No.
but listen to what I'm saying.
I hear that.
The only outlet they were having is Cancelo because Bruno Fernandes had to mark two people.
Yeah.
So he had to mark Ake and Cancelo. So every time every time Bruno goes to Ake, Cancelo gets the ball and he can push up because you can't mark everyone at the end of the day.
But then again, I like it to mention that Cancelo was the only option, which I think was where United had won the game. Because City
isolated in that side.
Because City play with inverted fullbacks.
Yeah.
So they overload in the middle.
Yeah.
Usually, which leaves a lot of space.
Exactly why they played Rashford.
If
Every
you
single
look at
opportunity they got, they played long ball to Rashford.
Rashford through.
Because
And
it's always
Rashford found his
And what did you say about Rashford?
That was clear.
He's clear, yeah.
That was clear. And also the other thing is like now, Rashford's performing at his best right now, and his defensive cover is different.
Yeah.
How is he keeping Walker the whole game?
If you guys think that this is Rashford's best, you don't see Rashford. So Rashford has a higher ceiling than United. I'm sorry.
You think so? United?
My bro, he's bigger. My bro, if he must go to Madrid, that is
Don't involve Madrid.
Nah, you know what it is. Rashford can make United that type of team.
Yeah.
If you
That's
think
really
about
good.
he's the hero.
Where his ceiling is United in the sense where if
I
United play.
agree.
And both with him, he
Yeah,
will play.
he doesn't need to go to
Okay,
that player.
the boy club player.
You know what I mean? United have proved it over the years that they can be that club, a giant within the conversation. So it's not to say that United just haven't been that club the past couple of years, but if Rashford stays, they can become that club and he can become that player.
That player at the club.
You see,
Legendary status.
it's not necessarily he has to go to Madrid.
I like it. He said the work that Rashford does off the ball
Yeah.
is just as good on the ball.
Yeah.
Which goes back
from the front.
Which goes back to what we were saying last week about Ten Hag as a coach in the Premier League.
Yes, it's not that hard for him, bro.
In terms of player management, because if you look at a player like Wan-Bissaka,
He was
on the
ball.
On the
He can play ball,
and for me it goes back to what you said a while back, that some of the players genuinely, like when I watch Chelsea or when I watch Liverpool, some of the players genuinely need to hit the training ground and just work on it, bro. I'm not sure if you remember that time when it was pre-season.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka was doing one-on-one training. You remember that?
It was working.
And it was
He's been ass.
No,
That
but
guy,
then,
he can't. His feet doesn't work, but you know,
as of late,
like you said, he put his head down.
put his head down, Gazi.
And who did that? Rashford as well.
Yeah.
So I think tactically Ten Hag
Nah,
was the class.
As a coach,
I feel
the next player I
It's
want
your
to see, like, make
Develop.
his mark at United against Fernandes, bro. He's stepping a little bit, bro.
Bruno.
Do you remember that form he came to United with, bro? I want him to come back.
But
I don't think so. In my opinion, I feel like when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there, the focus was more in the middle.
Yeah.
and that's when players like Ronaldo were bagging,
Yeah.
and Bruno was bagging. But now Eric Ten Hag focused on the wingers.
Mm.
So that's why I feel like that's why they more enjoying the season.
James Dobie fooled Eriksen, I think he's in the top 5 for assists in the league. He's playing quarterback. No one has did that.
Yeah, box to box.
Bro, I'm telling you, Kais and Casemiro. Casemiro and Eriksen, yes, those bro, if they're not in the team of the season, something is wrong. That is the best. Though that both of them deserve to be in that.
I hear that.
KDB were only not even KDB. Odegaard.
No, we also
I think okay.
we're disrespecting Arsenal, man. in that
Truly,
sense.
but we're gonna get to that.
Essentially, if Arsenal do win the league, they have the midfield.
Nah, but
I think Casemiro is the best player. I think Casemiro is the best midfielder this season in the Premier.
Man, no, I agree.
And he's clear.
I agree. He's clear. I agree. But it's the effectiveness for the team, man.
But listen,
For me, I feel like Casemiro is not even a big shout.
That's a big shout.
It isn't.
But the way they do awards is who won the season.
Yeah, truly. KDB.
But you look at the impact on the team.
No, it's not about that.
I'm
It's not
saying,
about that.
as in the media itself,
Oh,
or
okay,
as
okay.
people that vote for it.
Who Champions League?
Media is stupid, man.
Same thing,
Champions
man.
Media is stupid, bro.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
I feel like in terms of impact, Casemiro has the biggest impact on the team.
Yeah.
Like Partey's performing, but if you take Partey out there and you replace him with someone else, they
What's
still.
up?
They
Yeah,
still-
yeah,
they- If you take Casemiro
Let
out,
me
you
tell you
fight.
something. The one game Arsenal played without Partey in the Premier
They
League
lost.
was against United.
And they
It's
lost.
the only game. It's the only
Now,
But I think
it
United
becomes
is
a big
great.
question.
But I think
It's the only game.
I think
It's the
It's
only
only
game.
game.
It's the only game.
That's their only loss.
It's the only game.
It's
It's
Well,
just
the
the
other
only
one
game.
that I was saying.
I really do, but it was the only game, bro.
Oh, nah, shit that, dude. I was gonna say, for me, it's a very big shout. But the signing of the season is Casemiro.
Yes, truly.
From Madrid to United.
And you know, now people laugh.
Everyone's
And I was one of those people.
Nah,
Everyone is one of
genuinely
the.
thinks like
I think he's saying
Haaland
that
to
Haaland.
City.
Nah, it's not.
Ooh,
It's
let me bring that
No,
question up.
besides that, bro, he can actually go 7 games without scoring a goal. Okay, he has 21, bro, in the Premier League.
But I'm-
Vapi.
Yeah, but Vapi.
Now let me bring a question to you. I said on my status, Haaland to Manchester City has only benefited Haaland and not Manchester City.
No, but look, that's City's own doing, because look,
Do you
They-
agree?
they-
Do you agree or do you
I
disagree?
disagree. I don't think it's his doing. I think it's more the
You're not listening
Nah,
to what I've
it's
said.
I'm saying I don't agree.
No. You see, that's the problem.
I said I don't agree. I don't agree.
You're not listening.
I don't think he doesn't agree. It's fine.
It's fine, but the thing is, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Haaland to Manchester City has only benefited Haaland and not Manchester City.
I
That's
feel
what I said.
I feel
I
like
agree with it.
I agree with
I
that
agree with that
also,
statement.
but
He is misunderstanding.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I can also give a
No.
Sorry to break it.
but I feel like now what Pep has realized now, in order to win the Champions League, what did he say after the loss?
Striker.
He doesn't care about
Premier League
he
or the
doesn't
Carabao
care
Cup.
about cup. He's won many.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's my name. But at the end of the day, if he does
He's
believe,
man.
if he does believe that, then I feel like what he's catched on now is that now, in order to win the Champions League,
You need that man.
you need
that man.
that one standout player, not the entire team.
True.
Like you obviously need a good team, but I feel like in the Champions League moment, it's always that one
special
Benzema-
moment,
Benzema was shining, Ronaldo was shining,
Yeah,
Messi,
Haaland,
you know what I mean?
Haaland is
So
the one.
I feel like that's what Pep realized now, and also they're focusing around him.
Yeah.
That's the, my bro. That's what I was saying.
Here's my point. Here's my point, guys. You guys are looking at this in game week 18. Like they played 18 games.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be achieved. that they
Not
didn't
even
achieve.
halfway.
It's not even like they
halfway
didn't
through the
achieve
season.
anything.
Yeah.
There's still 3 things to achieve. You know what I mean?
Listen to what I'm trying to point out.
I feel
The
like
reason why, before I let you go, because I know you're gonna say something.
uh.
The reason why I made that statement is because you can tell that City but Sterling and Jesus.
Yes,
I agree.
See what I'm saying?
Nah,
That has nothing to do with Haaland.
I'm just gonna bring the files out of you so
I
you
see
know.
what
Let me just.
I disagree.
I disagree because only because
Mm.
last season Sterling didn't play as many games.
You see,
Jesus, same thing, didn't play as many games. What they are missing is the type of, or not the type of player. They're missing.
Can I go?
They're missing better wingers, replacements.
Exactly. That has nothing to do with Haaland. That's what I'm
Haaland,
saying.
yeah.
Nothing to do with Haaland.
Go on,
listen.
So I can
You need to understand the way that Pep plays. The system that Pep plays is one that, how can I say, what's the English word when it's something, it becomes perfect. Like
it's poetry.
Since it becomes perfect with world-class wingers.
Yeah.
During when City sold Sané,
That was a mistake.
Oh.
That was the
I'm gonna start it there. When City sold Sané, you need to understand that the way Pep plays,
Yeah.
it's intricate passing, but in overload on the wings. So now the way City plays, overload in the midfield, and then they look for creativity from one player. That's who do you think I'm talking about?
Mahrez.
That's De Bruyne. The only
That's only
way
way-
the only
yeah.
way
Oh,
you
yeah,
cross
totally,
it in.
totally.
So now they're lacking creativity out
On
of
the
the wings.
wings.
You get me? Mahrez is good. Foden is good.
But they will always take a touch.
They-
It's that touch, man.
You feel me? So if you look at during his time at Barcelona, you had wingers like players like David Villa, you had players like Pedro.
Yeah,
If you look at
totally.
even at Bayern, you had players
Bayern,
like Robben,
Robben.
you had Robben. So you need for the Pep style of play, you need
But
that
great wingers.
But that's the thing about Pep. His tactical
Enough
side.
to make it work.
Yeah,
Nine.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think
He's
so.
nine. His tactical know-how and his tactical in what how he wants to play football. It always evolves, man.
Yeah.
That's essentially why Liverpool couldn't keep up in the league in that sense.
That's a big shout. That's a big shout.
And then it makes sense.
No,
But that's what I'm saying.
That's a big shout because if you look at the way that how long has Pep been a coach? Maybe for
7
30
years. Oh, in terms
In
of
general, not
Listen,
long for long.
more than 20
let's
years.
let's just say 15 years. In the 15 years, Pep has never really had that out and out striker. Okay,
Never.
Leva has become that, but in the beginning it's like
wasn't like a-
Leva is a playmaker now,
you get
though.
me? So it's like has he really evolved or is he trying to evolve?
But that's
Now-
the thing now. That's essentially what he's getting to.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's. I just think his game plan is evolved. But they have been testing this guy since forever. As in, why don't you have a striker? Last season, they did without a striker. Then they were telling him. We must understand.
It's a big shout.
Now you must understand the FA and just like we always say, it's deeper than that, man. Where it comes from, where you need. You know how England hates the fact that he is playing this type of football and winning four Premier League
In 5
years.
seasons, they hate it.
But then you need, for example, you look at the way you see how United plays now. Besides Casemiro, who do you think is a big part of United's success now?
At the moment,
Rashford.
Where does Rashford come out? Rashford is not really an out and out striker.
But he's a winger.
He's a winger.
And he always plays in between the spaces.
You feel me?
But that's how Liverpool got the.
So what I'm trying to say is Pep is, how can I say, man?
He revolutionized the Premier League.
Yes.
He brought that way in.
Yeah.
He opened the
So,
to the Premier
which
League
goes,
culture.
I agree with that, which goes back to what Thomas says. That Haaland as an out and out number 9.
He's clear. We're not denying his talent, but it's changed the way English Manchester look.
That I won't dispute because the overall game has changed. But that's what I'm saying. They have to evolve, man. In a sense where look at Liverpool. Look at Liverpool. How they falling by the wayside.
It's easy to contain City this season.
But that's what I'm saying.
Every team is gonna have one season, one down season.
True say, but
Next
bro,
season.
you need to understand, no? You need to understand that when I was speaking to Luke, and I'm gonna make sure that Luke Wagner knows that I said this. I told Luke Wagner, I said, you taking away Sterling and Jesus. Jesus shifted out to the left, was a left wing. Right wing. How did that look? We were shocked by the way in which he was performing against Arsenal, in fact. There were performances you like, it was Gabriel Jesus putting a performance, but you keep quiet, man.
Especially off the ball.
Especially off the ball.
Off the
Yeah.
ball.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you look at Sterling, like Sterling had a bad seat, but without that cross to Gundogan, are they winning the league? It's those moments in which those players gave. I'm not saying I'm not saying these players can't do it, particularly you can't have midfielders on the wing.
Yeah.
That's rather play a 4-5-1.
But that's what I'm saying. In that sense, that's where City lost it because they did not replace the winners.
But I agree with Pickle in the sense of they're not missing Sterling.
They-
They're missing more.
They're missing a winger, but they're not missing Sterling.
You don't understand. You don't understand.
They're missing Sterling. Trust me, bro.
You don't understand,
Again,
bro.
it's not about. I'm not saying Sterling is a
Stick-
world
Nah,
class
nah,
player.
people
He is like that.
represented in that position, bro.
And
You know
City, you see, you have wingers like Jack Grealish,
He's not a winger, he's a
Foden,
team. He's a
Grealish,
another
Foden,
team.
Mahrez.
The
Who
winger.
else?
The only winger.
Who else by City?
Bernardo, but he plays for
Bernardo.
Okay,
Bernardo.
Bernardo. If you look at the three of those or the four of those players,
They're not clinical finishers.
besides
Not
finishers,
just
They're not
that.
wingers.
as
even.
wingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you get me. So it's like, no, nah, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They didn't replace properly in the sense.
It's
of
not
like-
about replacement. I
No,
don't
it
think
is.
it's
That's
about
what I'm saying.
They
I
could've-
I think it's about evolution, man.
But that's what I'm saying. In the sense where this is now the next. They have to find a new identity again.
Exactly.
They need to find a new
With the
identity.
right
in the sense
people,
where
I think they're gonna
if
do
they
it.
wanted to ride the train
I
still,
agree.
they would have kept Sterling.
I
And
don't
besides
agree with
that,
that.
Sterling is a shadow of the player he was.
True.
When he was doing it for City.
That's true, but even in his shadow, he was doing the bits for City.
Let's not lie because he was the
Just
second
because
top
you
goal
think about it,
scorer
think about
Hey, bro, last
in
season,
the league. In the league.
the second top goal scorer in the league.
The
So for
system
me,
worked for him regardless.
that's what we're trying to
Man
say.
18.
But-
Man
But
18.
you need to elevate. You need to
You need
evolve
to elevate
on it.
exactly. Think about it. Just because say
It's not going to work forever.
just because United has Fred playing well right now, are you telling me they must keep Fred forever? They must sell Fred and get someone better than Fred who does some. That's what he does.
That's what you need to understand.
Right.
In football, you don't buy a player and it makes the system better.
Better.
There's a lot of
Things
there's a lot
that-
that goes
that
behind
drive the system.
that goes
Yeah.
on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you look at a player like Sancho is not a bad player.
He's
It's
not
not
just
a
his
weak player.
discipline.
It's taking time.
Time.
You feel me? As a human being, which is what I always like to say. Football is one of the most difficult careers because if you work a normal 9 to 5, your boss can maybe come to you one day and say, "What's wrong? You sounding a bit down on the phone," and you can say, "Nah, you know what? I
Not
have
feeling
stomach
worse
pain."
and what
When you
not.
play, when you're a footballer,
Ah,
you have
push
to
it aside.
You have to push.
for fans. You have to make sure
Yeah.
every single game.
You're on
if-
point.
you get me? So it's like it's very difficult to have as a normal human being.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
expect them to be like robots,
Robots, yeah.
which is the sad.
But
thing.
that's what I'm saying. Like for City, I don't think another year of playing the same football would have benefited them.
Nah, I think it would.
You know what?
I think it was-
Bro, you know, no, I want to tell you the truth, bro. You can't shift your whole focus into making sure that the ball. It's not to say that you won't score the goal. It's to say that once you know where the outlet is, you know that if you close the ball, that ball's absent. Which means you're not playing 10v10 in the middle of the pitch, you're playing 9v10.
Because if you look at our United one,
Set up
that was man marking.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know who did it before
Tight
that?
man
though?
marking.
You know who did it before that? Newcastle did that.
Yeah.
And Newcastle beat City. And they beat City because they also had a game
Yeah,
plan.
it was a-
It's very easy to beat City and Liverpool
Nah,
at the
it was a
moment.
win. It was a win. 1-0.
I think it's
Oh, that game. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think like over the years, and when Pep came in, he came in, he whitewashed the league. That was like 15.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah, I
points.
think like
Then he sold Sané.
the first year he won.
Ah,
The
first
first time
year
he won the
he
league,
won
he got
nothing.
100 points.
The
First
first-
time
Yeah,
he
the
won.
first time he won
First time he
the
won the league, 100 points.
100 points. So that was when
And
Gabriel
three-
Gabriel
three-
scored
The
against
scores, the last goal, yeah.
Bournemouth, was
Southampton.
it? Southampton, yeah. And then they got 100 points. So that gap was massive.
And
no?
100 goals.
Then, yeah, and then the gap,
Yeah,
the
they
gap,
broke
the gap started closing slowly,
Yeah, slowly.
and slowly and slowly. And last season it was tight.
Yeah.
So I feel like Pep thought, okay, now they need
Don't just say last season because the 1 point difference happened twice in a space of 4 years.
Yeah.
to exactly.
but-
so now because of that,
But he's comparing it to the first season. Though.
yes, I'm just comparing it to
Yeah,
first season. So now because of that, Pep feels like okay, they're starting to catch on now. Now he wants to change to this new style of play, with Haaland being the focus point.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
But
I'm
now
saying.
it's
You
not-
can't play the same the whole
can't
time.
play the
It's
same
not gonna
the
work.
whole
It's
time.
not
not
that
easy.
James, it's not that. Think about it. The only players that left were the wingers, not the midfielders.
You know what I'm saying?
So we still have the same
Okay,
group of
okay.
players.
I say no. That same wingers coming in the team, no? They still playing with Haaland as focal point. They still in the same position.
Wan-Bissaka's not pushing as high up as he is. Against who?
No.
Against Jesus. Against Sterling.
Yeah,
Well,
I say
One ball.
No.
One ball.
I say so.
I really
agree.
think it's
I
just
agree.
down
One
to the-
goal, bro.
to the squad.
I
It's down
agree
to the
with
squad.
you.
That's what it is.
It's
They
not-
just didn't have the wingers. I promise you. They just don't have the players right now.
We're not saying, James.
Nah,
So
nah, nah.
who do you think City can get in that will change the situation?
That's the thing, nobody.
Rafael Leao.
Nobody. I stand with us.
They can get nobody in. That's the same thing I said about Liverpool last season.
They can't replace.
Liverpool also reached their ceiling in a sense where the players that they bring in can't replace the players they currently have in the squad.
It's too like the
So you
levels
need to
of
like start
You
over.
need to start over.
You need to start
You
over.
need to
Ah,
rebuild.
That's what they're doing. That's what they bought.
That's what City's doing.
And
bro.
they're changing the whole.
They're changing, and that's why
identity.
Pep is saying on another 2 years that he makes sure that
that he needs a
whoever comes,
foundation.
whoever comes in now is going to be the
Okay,
proper
yeah.
one stepping forward.
Okay,
As
I
for
heard that.
as for
Okay,
the
I
English
hear that.
signings, when it comes to Calvin Grealish, I'm not so sure.
Nah,
Maybe they have potential to be better.
I think
fraud.
it's
It's a fraud.
they have to be one of the new
he's gonna be
guys.
instrumental in Champions League. Watch.
Phillips isn't a fraud.
He's gonna be instrumental in Champions League.
Recently, man,
James
I
is
just think
gonna
he's
be
not serious,
instrumental.
man. He's not
He's
Nah,
serious.
that guy's good.
I don't think he's
He's
serious,
good,
man.
bruh.
I don't think he's serious.
Just what, mark my words, in Champions League, that guy is gonna be pinnacle to Man City's.
You know what it is, man? The reason why I say not serious, Rodri, man, bro,
He's
it's
a
a
player.
difficult guy to get out of the squad.
That's my thing. That's my thing. You can't touch Rodri.
You can't touch Rodri at
Best
all.
player on the pitch for Man City.
But then against United, he had a howler.
But Spanish
But he
players
was
are
still the
technical.
best player.
He had a howler.
Spanish players are technical. I feel like
That's
that's where they have the upper hand. Like Calvin Phillips came back not fit, bro.
Yeah.
From
From
he
the
went to
World
World
Cup.
Cup.
He went to the World
So he came back
He
not fit.
shouldn't
no?
have gone.
I feel like a Spanish player could have came back the same way and still balled up.
Stop.
Bro.
Look at Pedri.
I was about to say, PG, remember that man played how many, like 60 games in a year?
80 games in a year.
80 games in a year, you're
games,
16,
bro.
you what, 18, 19 years old?
Yeah.
Man must open his eyes, man. I'm tired of that guy with excuses and stuff. But
Ah.
yeah, you called it, bro. Like I wanna say United by far in terms of the atmosphere, in terms of the mentality of the players, in terms of how everyone looked on the pitch.
Yeah.
United whitewashed Man City.
Yeah.
And as it was sad to see because bro, I grab Man City, but
United,
like,
it's just a new.
United just
Same Liverpool City, they're
Ah, but-
falling.
but
United, Arsenal.
I think but with City they
But
can
when
always
I
be
have
like,
a big question
That-
about United's W.
What? The offside.
the
Nah,
offside.
leave that.
Nah,
Let's
James,
be
serious.
serious.
Let's be serious, James. Let's be serious. You can say whatever you want. The possibility of that being overturned in any other game is there.
But
It's not. What do you mean there's a possibility? That should be
Sorry,
overturned.
listen.
Should be.
The thing that Dermot Gallagher made, which really sad to me, was that's an on-field decision that has to be made by the referee.
And
And
then
it cannot be overturned by VAR.
They-
So based
The
on
ref
based on the ref's view,
eye test.
eye test, and what he saw and what his assistant saw, at that time they can whatever it just left to that
To
man.
him,
How that man feel in that day.
Nah,
Oh,
nah,
yeah,
nah,
no,
nah, then I don't
Nobody
agree.
else.
I don't agree. That
Because the
shouldn't
rules
happen.
don't work.
That shouldn't happen because
That's the
bro,
dumbest thing I've ever heard. No one like.
if you're playing at
very
Old Trafford,
stupid, bruh.
why the hell would you change your decision?
Nah, but
Yeah.
yes,
I remember
that
this.
first thing again.
Now,
Who is
you know
it?
what? Listen. I feel like, nah, refereeing is subjective in a way.
No.
There's rules.
Shouldn't be.
There's rules to referee. Plus, it's subjective.
Reasonable.
I said that's not subjective.
You know what I mean?
That was clear offside though.
If you look in the World Cup
Okay,
final,
wait.
with Varane, with Varane,
Yeah.
with that offside,
Yeah.
that's not
No,
subjective.
dude,
There's
come
no
on.
way
But
that's
that's-
subjective.
but
Offside is not objective.
If you offside,
You offside.
It's not subjective. There's no
What
way.
do they wait? Well, now listen, I want to ask, who was the pass being played to? Definitely not Bruno.
It doesn't even matter because think about it. It wasn't being played. It wasn't being played to Bruno. And the thing is, the defenders. Look at this. Akanji would have got that ball if Rashford wasn't in the way.
True.
Do you see how close Akanji was to Rashford?
Yeah.
He would have easily
True,
got in the way
and
with
City-
that.
and
Are
City
you telling
know-
me Rashford didn't have
City
anything to
know
do with
the
that?
lines.
It's a lie. And the ref knows it's a lie because they blew it off as offside the first time.
But then,
No cap,
There was
and
too
they had
much
to
pressure.
review
It
it.
was
I don't know.
pressure.
You know, okay,
But then-
playing
that's what I'm
Haaland
saying.
was also
Mm.
that also
Risky,
killed
yeah.
him.
It was a risk
Also
because I
killed
can
him.
play two man alone at the back in the high line and rely on Kyle Walker's
Yeah.
speed
Look,
to get
if you
back.
think about it, it would have
foolishness.
worked if they weren't like just unlucky.
Yeah, but
Nah,
the game.
No, boy.
Yeah,
don't
you're
say
right.
that.
The highlight of the world is
boy.
different.
I'm not
Bruno.
disrespecting- I'm not
Bruno.
disrespecting the comeback.
I
But
don't have what.
that equalizer is a momentum shift, and you know that. You know what I mean?
Bro.
I
Besides
definitely think
that,
you guys would have scored anyways, but I just don't. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
wait,
you
it
guys
wasn't
would've won the game.
gonna be.
I
It
don't
wasn't
think
gonna be
you would've
that
won the
goal.
game.
I said
So that could have been
that
defeated.
goal would
See?
have won. That bro, it's true what that guy is saying. That wouldn't have. It's not about being unlucky. The high line. Firstly, you're playing a high line. Secondly, you're playing inverted wing backs.
Yeah, what's the high line?
With the high line, so now it's like
I mean,
there's two centre backs, and now you're gonna depend on Cancelo to track back
and for
Walker to track back.
But think about it.
And you're playing against Rashford, who's playing on the right back, Anthony.
Yeah.
The risk to
And
reward.
these players,
Yeah,
The risk to reward is worth it over a 38 game season, dude. If you think about it, you're
Yeah,
gonna lose the game.
not
The
at the
risk to
moment.
reward over
Not
a
at the
38 game
moment.
season.
For City,
I mean,
for City
it worked for them.
it
It wasn't worth
was
it.
balls in risky in that
Yeah, you
season.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Actually,
You lose
Actually,
games,
and
Akanji.
Akanji.
Or not starters.
It was their second appearance together as a pairing.
In that derby,
Yeah.
with United's momentum.
You get what I'm saying?
Childish.
So
It was foolish.
even, bro, because technically, if you look at the way United play, their wingers, they
Wide.
wide,
Touch the line.
wide, bro.
Touch the
They
line.
touch the line. So if you're gonna play inverted wing backs and the high line, and these
It's not gonna work.
both pacey, they'll take you on. So for me, I feel like tactically, that is where
Then I won the game.
I just won the game.
That's where you won the game.
I
One
do-
game thanks with the
back the offside. I just want to say that
It was not offside.
it was not offside, brother.
Suga.
Bro, look here. You can't come tell me refereeing if he was not standing there. Not say for instance I'm standing.
yeah.
No, look.
Bro, you see this, you're gonna stand up and show us now.
Look. Say for instance I'm standing there by Tunes, no? And then you can say, if I wasn't there, you would have got the ball and I blocked him off. But if I'm not interfering,
That's
interfering.
exactly what he did.
That's what they did.
No,
That's
exactly what he did.
He cried. He
Listen,
cried. Yo, the tail like dick is long, yo. Yo, man.
That's exactly what he did.
Interfering.
Yeah.
Look here, look, the term interfering. Declan standing here in front of me. I'm trying to get my bag. I can go around Declan and get my bag. Look, that's not interfering. I'm not touching Declan.
Just to end it off. Remember when Sterling against Tottenham Hotspurs, when they played Spurs, and Sterling scored that goal to make it 5-3.
Oh, when he celebrated.
What was it? Offside. Who did the ball come off?
So you came off like a
It came off a Spurs player. Bro, there's always contingencies now,
Yeah.
but the consistency is important, bro. If you interrupt play or if you make the pass to that player, it's an offside.
It's a
Bro,
it's
that's
not-
why
it's
this
not-
is
it's not the game.
The FA needs to maintain some sort of consistency. You can't make such a
Bro, that's not. Listen.
Nah, that's a type of
Nah,
win.
It doesn't change.
That's a poor decision. I'm
Bro,
not
it
a
doesn't
fan.
change.
I'm not a United fan, but nah,
That is,
man.
it doesn't change the score of the game.
Yeah,
It doesn't. United, either way, United deserve the 3 points. No one is disputing
Yeah.
that. But what I'm saying to you is, when Sterling did the same thing and Bernardo Silva played the ball, even though the pass wasn't intended to go to that position,
But
he was called off.
But
Which
the
is the same thing what happened to
Let
Rashford.
me tell you something, yeah? Rules in the Champions League and rules in the Premier League is 2 different rules.
Football is football.
But at the end of the day, I'm spitting facts though. It's 2 different rules.
Two different
It's 2
rules.
different rule books. So you can't compare it like that.
Two different underwear.
In my opinion personally, yeah, I feel like interfering is interfering. Like I see you walking, I see you coming towards me, and I do that, and I touch you.
Yeah.
But if I'm standing there, I'm not. Look.
Offside trap play.
Listen, because now as a defender, you know that okay now
This
it's
guy's
not
offside.
because as a footballer you scan before the ball
Yeah.
comes, so I can see the ball's rolling. Okay, Bruno's just there, but who's there next to Bruno? Who's
Okay, was die Kyle Walker.
Yeah, Kyle Walker. So you check, okay, Walker's there. I have time. Hence, Aki. I mean, Akanji. Jockey's the ball.
Yeah.
He didn't touch tight with
Bro,
him. Why do you think he's doing that? Because Rashford is interrupting
Play.
his play.
Now, if Akanji runs towards the ball and Rashford stands in front of me, that's
Rashford-
interfering with the play.
To tell you the truth.
You know,
Rashford is not. It's not an easy race between Rashford and Akanji. Akanji is mobile, bro. Let's have that right.
exactly.
It's not an easy race.
Right,
So
you know-
Bro, the term
And it's actually
interfering.
almost-
You know what it comes down to?
let's just wrap it up.
It's more presence, man. I think the presence of Rashford
You
was
see,
the...
Bro, look, okay, can I just
Was
land?
it the
Can I
output?
just land? The ball's there, no? No, look,
why don't
the
we
ball's...
actually watch it? And
The,
just
no,
say-
the ball is there, no?
The ball came through. It wasn't
The
just
ball,
there.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where Bruno shoots from.
Yeah,
The ball is there, Akanji is behind Rashford,
yeah,
and Rashford is there.
yeah.
I feel like that's no different to if Rashford was standing here.
Also, another thing, Edison wasn't going to be where he was if Rashford wasn't.
Thank you. That's where we leave it.
Wait, what do you do in football? You play to the whistle. So don't tell me about that.
True.
Don't tell me about
True.
that.
But what I'm
Don't
saying
tell
is-
me
But
about
you need
that.
to understand.
I'm saying,
The
that's what
highlight
I'm saying.
is
Rashford
that.
didn't interfere. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
How
if
did he
Rashford
interfere?
wasn't- No, I'm
Nah,
saying
He's
he
interfering in your mind. He's interfering in your
Rashford-
mind. He's not touching you. He's interfering in your
Actually,
mind.
do with
Nah,
Rashford.
okay, nah,
No,
no,
it
He's
is also-
interfering in your mind. He's not interfering with
Nah,
He's
no,
interfering in your mind.
Bro, in a perfect
As a-
world, as a footballer,
in a
you
perfect
assume it's like, okay, nah, the ref's gonna blow this.
Yeah.
Hence, Akanji, Chokis,
Because
Innocent.
you can see the pause.
Innocent can also see the pause. He's like, okay, nah, nothing. The ref's gonna blow this. Yes,
Did they not lift the flag up?
Yes, that's
They
the
said
That's
they
where I
gave
leave it.
us offside.
That's where I leave it.
What-
Why must he see it and
What
change
does
it?
what does the FA brief you to play to the worst one because you know there's VAR,
No,
so you
no,
leave.
it's not.
When it's offside, you still continue playing. It's interfering in your mind, bruh. You thinking now, oh, that's what's there. Now I can't go for the ball. That's it. Didn't touch you.
The argument here is not about whether United deserve the 3 points or not.
I'm
They
not
keep-
arguing with it. I'm standing
Yeah.
on my point that he wasn't interfering with play.
We leave it up to vote.
Let's leave
We
it.
leave it up to
I
vote.
think
That's impossible. That's
different,
impossible.
different ref, different decision.
Thank you. That's all I say. That's all I'm saying.
I think
And
different ref.
United
How was
is-
it? I
United-
still gave it.
Yeah, obviously,
United
United
stand with
United,
you,
United.
Bro, anything else? I don't want to hear you. Sure, you will take it.
And I know, like, we're
But-
gonna see that again next week, something in a different game.
Yeah, we all
Yeah,
the same
but
thing
the
and they
thing,
gotta do it
you
wrong,
see, the
bro.
thing is, now, I believe in this underworld thing. Occasion-wise,
It had to
it had to
happen.
happen, man. It's just,
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised actually.
I
wouldn't be
same
surprised.
thing
I wouldn't be
with-
surprised.
you know what I
Same thing with
mean. I
Arsenal
think it's
as
more
well.
controversial to overturn it.
Yeah.
Offside.
Let's not get in the
They-
frame mind.
That's the initial decision.
That's what I'm saying.
Offside.
That's what I'm saying,
Because
guys.
Rashford stopped his.
So
And
they
then
would,
he had
they
to
would
be
basically,
critical.
let me not upset them for the right
Because
decision.
there's a
It's
big
not
thing
different,
in football that we also complain about is that the flow of the game, man.
He always gets
So
stopped.
they've been very 50-50 where they let it happen and the goal happens, blah blah blah, then they can come back over here or
Sure, come James.
then the other thing is where they just stop it immediately, man. Like it's not gonna happen.
The momentum.
So there's a lot of stuff that come into play there. That's why I say different
Sure.
ref, different decision.
Nah, but well done to United. Bro. I'm not
But
gonna.
United deserve the 3 points.
United deserve
Going
it.
through.
Clean.
They came with a game plan, City
It's
failed
really got that.
to show up.
It's a good win.
But the man that really show up week in, week out.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Canadios.
Nah,
Player of the year for me, Martin Odegaard. Don't even argue. There's no one that you can bring and whatnot. It's Odegaard.
Yeah, factual.
It's no, you can't just.
Factual. Because if you think about player of the year, they're gonna take from the team that wins the league.
That's why I'm
And it has to
saying
be Odegaard.
the same with the team of the
So
season.
it's all the Owens thinking.
You guys all
Arsenal's
think they're
going.
gonna win the league, bro.
I think so.
I think so. I think Arsenal.
The only reason why.
Look, it's very early.
It's very early,
Look.
but
And the one thing about City, they can adapt quickly.
Remember, City won 18 games in a row.
Arsenal.
bro, when Vincent Company scored, you see, it's the one that's the
Arsenal beats United next week. They win the league.
You
Yeah.
think so?
That's the only.
That's the only
That's
rise
the
of
only
the
time
season.
I'll truly believe it.
But-
If they beat United
but
next week.
Arsenal must still play basically the whole top 6.
No, they
It's
didn't.
fine. It's
They
fine.
played you
It's
guys.
fine.
We would have played you
It's
guys
fine.
twice.
I
We would've
trust
played
him.
Spurs twice. They were just
I
two
trust
Chelsea
him. I
once,
trust
and then
him.
City twice.
They
I told you
they
City and
beat-
Chelsea after the United game.
They beat United. They go all the way. I think.
I think Chelsea will beat Arsenal.
At the Emirates.
Yeah, I agree.
I heard that.
I think Chelsea.
It's Stamford Bridge. It's Stamford Bridge.
No, it's not at Stamford Bridge.
At
I'll
Emirates.
tell you right here, that team is going unbeaten at home, bro, this season.
Arsenal.
Even if they don't win the league, they're going unbeaten at home.
Nah.
That's all I say.
You know what?
That's my only
Something about the
expectation.
Emirates this
My only
season.
But okay,
expectation of
besides that, there's just something about Arsenal that doesn't seem
Right.
like venomous, man.
Like you're not scared. Like you're not
Nah,
scared.
you guys are lying.
Now I think about it this way.
Uh?
Think about Liverpool. How did you feel every time you played
But that's the
Liverpool?
thing.
You were
because-
scared. You were
The only
scared.
reason why is because the players that were there.
Sorry.
It's like it
Yeah.
feels weird for you.
On
for you-
paper,
for
on
you-
paper,
That's
listen.
That's
why
what
it's
I
weird
like.
for you.
That's
to
what
put
I
them on
like.
a pedestal. You know
That's
what
what
I
I
mean?
like about Arsenal.
That's the
On
reason
paper,
why
they
I
don't
don't
look
really
good.
scared.
I mean, they look good, but they don't look like
The best
Like I'm
team.
saying,
the
the
top three
best
teams in
team.
Europe.
I would be more scared to versus United than Arsenal.
That's also what I.
Because,
I know that.
because I feel like why I can't get myself to believe they're gonna win the league is the experience to get it over the line.
Yeah.
The experience.
I
to get
heard
it
that.
over the line.
You know what? You know what you need to
I
understand is
heard
that
that.
you need to understand that in the last 3 years, look at the difference between the fans and the fans then and the fans now. Look at the difference between the players then and the players now. Look at the difference between the manager then and the manager now. Look at the way the attitude on the pitch, the football that was played then and now. Everything is different. So I'm saying to you now, playing United, you would probably be like, fuck, like I can get the draw. Because we know Chelsea United is always a draw game. For the last 3, 4, 5 seasons, it's
Because
been a
of
draw
the
game.
level.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying to you, with Arsenal will just find a solution.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
That's
Arsenal has that
I
one
think-
goal, that one goal
There's one goal
advantage.
in them, man.
Do you know-
I feel like I agree with that.
I personally feel like Arsenal being the top right now, is the same like Newcastle being in the top 3.
Yeah.
Because you know they don't have the experience to stay there. You know Newcastle's not going to finish in the top 3.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
I
To
think
be honest, I would love
actually,
them
you
to.
see, you saying that is discrediting just how good they are.
Yeah.
You're forgetting that they're actually the best player. This is the best team in the league right now. You're forgetting
And-
that.
and
Forget
no one
this,
can
you're
say to
forgetting the
Arsenal.
fact that they're the best team in the league right now. You're forgetting that. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
as a
Besides the
prediction
experience.
wise, man, as a prediction wise,
prediction.
you don't see, I
You don't
really
think so?
don't feel,
I
because
feel like
Liverpool, for me, just felt more, as much as I hate Liverpool, bro.
They felt like the challenges for
Like,
the
bro,
title.
those man were, if it wasn't City, it was them. You know what I mean? I feel like Arsenal is like that's why I say I agree with United, because if you play United, maybe you are scared of those man running in behind.
That's because I feel like
It's
United.
just
think
the
it's the
villain
rules,
is-
You know what it is? You know what it is
on
with
paper,
United?
on paper,
Look better
United
than Arsenal.
Look way
the
better
names,
than
in
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
the names. I mean, look, if you look at that United lineup, bro,
You know-
Fernandes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like
The midfield already.
United
These are big-
these are
these are
in the
big
league.
stars,
On paper, they're second to none, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah.
Arsenal
In all
not gonna-
departments, in all
Arsenal not gonna make
departments.
it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't, because
Arsenal not
Arsenal
gonna make it.
haven't really faced I don't want to say a team,
Since-
a trial and tribulation in the sense where squad is concerned.
Now let me make it
They
make
fought
sense.
out.
Their best player, their best player.
They party out.
Europa League is coming.
That's the thing.
We have a squad.
All I
I don't
say-
know
all I
about
say-
Arsenal. We have a squad.
All I
But
say
then-
is,
Don't forget the strong so we know now, bro.
And that's where you need
Don't
to understand
forget.
that I heard they want to sign Tamari Gray.
Ooh,
Arsenal.
Yo,
Those
they
shit.
shine that man.
I told you.
No way.
So
No way.
for me, I feel like
You can play at small clubs, not
No
always
way.
big
No,
clubs.
bro,
way,
that's
bro.
for that's my bro,
No
that's
way.
for that's to finish off the Europa games.
Okay, yeah, like
Understand.
yeah, that in that sense.
I understand that's to finish off the Europa games.
But let's take him over the line in the league.
no way.
Not sure it's needed.
I'm telling you,
It's not for him, man.
I wouldn't be
It's for
surprised.
management.
I'm just
bruh.
saying, as to take him over the line in the league. I don't think it's, I think this better.
But then
players
again,
they bring.
it comes
Yeah.
back to what you
Way
said.
better players.
They brought in two winners, serial winners. In who?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's mentality wise. That's why they are where they are now because of those two. I feel.
Nah. It's a
They
big
were,
shout.
they were always gonna
Nah.
get
It's a
there.
big shout. I feel like they were always gonna get there.
Nah, but I'm sorry, bro.
Nah.
Zinchenko.
Zinchenko this weekend, he was the cherry on top. But if you look at the way Arsenal has been playing without Zinchenko and Tomiyasu there,
No,
it's
I
still
don't.
good, bro.
No, I don't mean.
Talking about the dressing room.
I'm talking about dressing room wise.
Like,
Okay.
like what Casemiro did to
Okay, I
United.
As they believe in themselves,
I
man.
heard that.
Because when they played last season, they were ass. Okay, they were going through transition.
Nah, they weren't ass.
Nah,
See,
they
that's
weren't
one
ass,
thing.
they
That's
were
one thing I
playing.
will admit about Arsenal. Arsenal,
Has been coming on.
they've never looked like
Bad in the
you
last
see how
three
Liverpool and
seasons.
Chelsea look
Nah,
now.
they've never looked like
They've
They've never looked out of their depth.
Okay,
Nah,
okay.
they've never looked out of their depth.
in the past 3 seasons, not in 10 years.
Yeah,
because
the
they
ball
were
three-
the time when- Exactly.
Yeah, Arsenal was having a rocky road just because they had a rocky squad, bro.
Yeah.
No,
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I just feel like Zinchenko and that type of players they brought in gave them that type of mentality. Zinchenko
Remember-
4 and 5.
Remember, they weren't even gonna go for Zinchenko first. They wanted Lissandro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it's not the mentality. It's the profiles and the style of the players, bro. Because they wanted
Honestly
they wanted
speaking-
Martinez first. What do you think?
Honestly speaking, that's a midfielder playing in that position.
Yeah,
Like, I just think
that's what they. I think
you know
that's
what?
they want to do.
if it's just perfect, like what we expect from Pep
Uh.
is what they are. They perfect, bruh. Like if you take, bro, you know, now Arsenal have the most consistent squad for me that I've seen in the Premier League.
I like it. I like it. This you mentioned.
They
that.
play the
I like
same
it you mentioned
11.
that. I like
Yeah.
it you mentioned.
But
that.
to me, that's a problem because if you
Nah,
look it's outside of the 11, the options are not there.
That takes it back to what Declan says about the squad.
Nah,
You
but
got Party,
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
there was no Party.
That's
Now
that's-
listen,
But then
listen.
again, you need to understand that this year was different. Christmas period was the World Cup.
Yeah.
So it's like the season is slightly different. This time, last
That's the
year.
best chance for them to win it.
Yeah.
You get me? So
Because a lot of the players in the other big teams played in the World Cup for long.
so it's like, I feel
That's
like,
the best chance for them to win it.
because I feel like if a team lacks consistency, that's a big
Yeah.
problem.
And that's what they lacking at the moment. Up City and Liverpool and Chelsea.
So I feel like just the understanding in the Arsenal team, the balance
Yeah.
in the
Bro,
Arsenal
like-
team is
But you can say that, but I feel like when Pep was winning the league, you put Flippin Aguero in your fantasy, then Aguero doesn't come on the pitch. You put Sané in your fantasy team because he was constantly chopping and changing. So I don't feel like that's a valid point as to why they will win the
I
league.
don't agree with that.
I think
you know what, that
I
comes down
think
to-
they're gonna need more depth.
Yeah, that depth comes in because of the rotation, man.
No,
Better
Those
depth.
I don't
players-
agree with that because Liverpool did it without depth.
That's where I leave. That's where
I don't
leave it.
agree with
In the
that.
midfield.
That's where I leave it.
I don't agree with it.
In the 3 years that
Bro,
Liverpool played,
Liverpool-
they played the same squad every game.
And that's the
And
thing.
that's the
That
argument
just
that
shows
people are
that.
having now. That's why they can win the league.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
I hear
You
that.
just made the point for them.
If you play the same squad, or maybe they will burn out. They will
Yes,
burn out,
yes.
but they will burn out knowing that we need the
We
league.
war.
But listen to what
That's
I'm
the
saying.
same thing that happened to Liverpool.
That's it. They're focusing on just winning the league, man.
I think that's it.
Besides that, maybe I think all you see the thing is, I feel like for a lot of people it's difficult to accept
That Arsenal
That
is
that
stuck.
Arsenal is just.
Nah, I want Arsenal to win the league. Okay, yeah. Obviously United, but I'm just saying in that sense,
saying now, Dick.
in that sense, they deserve to be where they are, man.
We
But
must revisit this after the game next weekend. I'm telling you.
yeah,
We're sure.
true,
100%
true,
we have to
true,
revisit
true,
this
true.
after the game.
United was Arsenal. Another dub for United.
I also feel so now.
2-2 draw or dub for United.
Nah.
2-2 draw or
But I
dub.
think
I said this here, no? 2-2 draw or United dub.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Scared of Rashford.
That
But
may prove.
now listen, I'm scared of Rashford, but I feel Saka and Martinelli at the same time.
To be honest, United's defense
Oh, I don't think
keeps them out.
Arsenal's defense, very surprised. On paper they don't look
I
good.
know, yeah, I know,
I'll
I
say
know.
it again. On paper they don't look good,
Mm.
but on the pitch,
So,
Arsenal's defense.
or
Okay, but think of it this way: Arteta will
Immaculate.
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag. But the thing is, Arsenal on the day
You
is
see, another
Arsenal
thing is,
on
another
the
thing is,
day.
Arteta is very. I feel like he's an underdog.
Very much so.
I'm telling you, loves
In
everyone.
the Premier League, I feel like people rate him in the, I would say, top 15.
Yeah.
Our best man,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
and that's unfortunate. But
Yeah.
I feel like he's up there.
You know what I'm saying
He's up
though?
there.
I'm saying United's doing the double on Arsenal.
I also think so.
United's doing the double on Arsenal. Not even the two. The 2-2 draw right now.
Just dashing it out.
No, I see it.
I
draw.
say United
I
doing
see
it
it.
double.
draw.
Do you know why I think so?
I think
United always find a way, man, bro. Do you know, like, the last few seasons, they beat City.
Throw.
The last few seasons, they beat Liverpool. So,
No, I didn't beat it.
Okay,
They
but-
lost 60.
nah, but I mean,
Now last season they beat him twice.
when
They
it's,
beat them twice, man.
Last season.
when,
They
it's,
also-
when, it, when it really counts, man, we are sense is like, where United in the
Awesome.
sense of the underdogs.
No, United.
United beat
United.
United twice.
United are the
Last
underdogs in this
season.
fixture.
Yeah, last
So I just feel like
season.
United are the underdogs, they win the game, man.
Sure, it's a big shot.
Look, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm
That's a
saying.
big shout,
Here's
man.
what I'm saying.
You
You're more likely to hear that United lost points on a draw with a team over stupid things, man.
True.
But with Arsenal,
Yeah,
Arsenal will
yeah.
take 2 losses against United, but clean sweep the teams you don't.
Yeah, I know, I understand.
That's where I'm
Okay,
saying
okay.
Arsenal will win the league. The games that you draw, unfortunately,
Okay,
they win.
yeah.
They win, yeah. Nah, that just comes down to the Premier League keeping you honest, where you need to win those games. That's why Chelsea don't do well, because Chelsea don't win those games.
They must win.
That's what Newcastle are currently doing, because they're beating the middle of the table
And
teams,
scraping all the teams at the
they're
bottom.
washing the teams at the bottom,
Uh-huh.
and they are maintaining that same form against the top 6 teams.
The
That's
balance
essentially,
is crazy.
that's essentially how you win the league.
Another thing I'd like to say is like I think United just need to do the same game plan
Ah,
of the weekend
Yeah.
against Arsenal.
Against Arsenal.
Because obviously,
yeah.
man like Arteta is just a copy and paste.
Mano,
To be honest, nah.
no, you're gonna
They
be in
don't play the
trouble.
same team, man. They don't play
You're
the
gonna be
same
in
team.
trouble. I'm telling you, bruh.
You see,
The best looks like something last year.
the best winger in the league at the moment, for me personally, best under Saka. The best winger in the league is Saka. The second best winger in the league is Martinelli. No, Rashford. If you classifying Rashford as a winger,
Yeah.
Rashford if you classifying
That
Rashford
is
as
a
a
winger.
winger.
He's a winger.
If he is a winger, he's second.
you see,
Nah, right now I say
Nah,
it's
he's
first. I say it's first.
No.
I say it's
I
first.
say Bukayo.
Nah,
No,
nah,
but
I'm
listen,
saying
listen,
he's
he's
first.
a-
I hear what you're
Saka,
saying.
yeah.
You see, the thing is, you guys are speaking from the perspective
Biased.
of I feel.
Nah,
You
You
know
see,
why?
another thing is for Rashford, it's been a long time coming. So his story is a bit more.
It's piecing back together. It was already pieced, bruh. It was already pieced.
So for
piecing back together.
so for Rashford, for you guys, it's like the perfect story.
Yeah.
Whereas for Saka, it's like what the hell
In
is
the
this
last
doing?
3 seasons.
And he does this.
And it's been getting
Game in,
better and
game out.
better and better and better. That's why I'm saying I'm not discrediting Rashford. I will take Rashford in a blink of an eye. I will dash Man United 150 now
For Rashford.
I would.
And I will dash Ziyech and Sterling in the same deal for Rashford because I will focus my team on Rashford. But I'm saying to you, Saka at Arsenal.
But that's the thing, at Saka at Arsenal, I feel Rashford can do the same if you swap. If you swap the two.
But then again, you wonder what would Saka do with United.
But I don't think he'll do that much.
You would, bro. Don't lie. Bro, I'm telling you.
Nah, Owen, Saka.
Nah. Style of play. Quick on the break.
Saka on the break. Saka on the break.
Don't Saka on the break, bro. The way that Saka is the ball.
When Saka gets the ball on the break, as normally in the final third. As not necessarily where Rashford can run from the halfway line.
That's not true. That's not true.
You said
With
with Arsenal, Saka can start to play and be at the end of a cross or goal. That is how important they can play. Saka plays it back to him, he plays back to Odegaard. Odegaard plays it here. Saka somewhere here. He plays the ball. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Saka is.
And I
just a
hear
problem.
that. And I hear that. But I'm talking about in terms of like one pass in behind. Rashford's beating Saka in that race. That's what I mean. That's
In
more
what
United.
sense?
That's more United style of
If
play.
you're talking 1v1
if
versus
we're talking directness,
versus the keeper, I would say Rashford.
Yes, but I'm not talking
keeper.
about. I'm not talking
I'm
about.
wingers now.
Look here, Kyle Walker's there, no?
I'm going with Saka.
I promise you, Walker.
I'm going Saka.
Kyle Walker.
Not in the foot race. Not in the foot race. Intelligence. With the ball intelligence.
I'm going Saka. But 1-on-1 against the keeper. 90th minute, I'll go with Rashford.
Rashford. That's what we say.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being a better winger.
What we talking about? What I'm talking about
This
now,
season.
in terms of-
It's
in
Saka.
terms of-
This season.
is in terms of styles of play. United styles of play. I play the through ball in for my winger right now. Kyle Walker's running next to him. Who's going to get him?
Saka's getting the ball.
Man, don't realize.
The thing is,
Bro, you don't realize.
The thing is
Bro,
with
that's
Saka,
your problem. You don't realize, bro. You watch United too much.
Another thing is
You
with
watch
Saka,
United too
when
much.
you watch him, he doesn't. It's not like can you see Adama Traore? When that man run, you can see that. Yo, he's
He's
charging
charging.
for us. Saka's not one of those players, bro.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look that crazy.
But it's effective.
He's too quick.
His
bro.
strength as well. He would be. It sounds very funny, but he would challenge Kyle Walker.
Nah,
On the back, in the straight.
yeah.
55. Same thing with Phil Foden. Phil Foden is actually that strong.
So for me, I'm still saying Saka. 1-on-1 versus the keeper, I think Rashford might
Rashford,
clear.
finishing wise.
Guys, who performed better for you in the World Cup? Rashford or Saka?
Saka literally performed better.
Nah, Rashford performed better.
Okay,
This guy.
that's my.
No. Listen.
That-
Saka plays his turns,
That's the one point. Revert it back to style of play. How do Arsenal play in order for Saka to be this good?
You must also understand when Saka made his debut. Bro. So Saka hasn't been around too
Saka
long.
is 3 years.
to
to
even understand. So like for me, the next World Cup, Saka may be the player that may.
That England would they showed us one.
Owens, listen to what I want to say. Just listen to what I want to say. Age is not a factor anymore.
I'm not saying it's age, bro.
But just listen. Age is not a factor anymore in football. So, in that sense, you can't predict that Saka's going to be.
Because we saw what happened to Rashford. Because we saw what happened to Rashford.
You see what I'm saying? So, at the moment, like, if you really think about it, the man that Rashford, in a sense, has proved himself to be a player better than the
Long
current
time
player
ago.
he is at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, in that sense, I would still pick Rashford over Saka.
Do you mean like in general? Are we talking about in general or like just this season?
I say Saka.
This season,
I'm saying
I'm saying
Saka.
Saka.
But you see, in the long term, or if I wanted to invest in a player and a player that
Going
is
forward.
I need this man in 3 seasons to get me this.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
taking that. But if you say 5-year deal, I'm taking Saka.
Okay, listen. Who's better, Mbappe or Saka?
My bro, don't be foolish. man.
Nah, who is better, Mbappe or Saka?
My bro, Mbappe,
Okay.
like always.
But you said that's the best. You said that's
Mbappe
the
is the best player.
Nah, man.
Owens,
It's the ceiling I was talking about. Nah, it's the ceiling I was talking about. It's the ceiling I was talking about.
But for me, I want to say, what's I going to say now? It was Rashford versus Saka. Oh, I was going to say this season, from start, like in the whole season. You still think Rashford's been better? I'm
In
saying
terms
from-
of consistency.
Nah, listen.
Bro,
That's
you
Aust right now.
No, the season.
I said season Saka.
Now,
I
okay,
like that.
but listen to the point I'm going to
Not
make
talking
now.
overall.
Listen to the point I'm going to make now. In Arsenal's system, you can replace Saka.
Yeah.
In United system, you can't replace Rashford.
I'm not hearing that. I'm not
I think you swap. Listen, here's my point. I think you swap Mahrez and Saka. You get the same thing.
No way.
You swap. Listen. If you put Mahrez in that Arsenal team, you'll get the same result.
No,
But
I know what I like.
But if you put Mahrez in like United team, we don't get the same result as
That's what I'm saying.
Is that
That's all we say.
But they're not even the same
They
position.
don't have the
Obviously,
same-
you have to say a left winger. A left winger.
Nah, but we talking about.
Okay, I
we
can
have
I put you Vinicius. What's the difference?
That's where we leave
Don't
it.
speak to me.
That's
bro.
the
It's
please,
the
bro.
same thing,
Who's
bro.
better?
It's the same
Who's
thing.
better, Vinicius or Rashford?
Rashford, it's the same
Okay,
thing.
I would better Vinicius or Saka.
If you take out
Vinicius?
nah, but it's not. Look again.
No,
again.
sit down.
No.
Sit down.
What
sit
I'm
down.
saying is you
Sit
got
down.
in the right wing position.
I think that's what Vinicius.
The man of the Champions League. Vinicius, that's bro, get out of here. You don't know that's not a good episode last week. You was having a good episode this week until you said this shit, bro. Until you said that. Did you know this?
Okay, nah, to be honest, I can hear the shout, man.
You see what I'm saying?
So you call me
What's Saka.
Oh, what's up now? They say
I'm not saying Saka's a better player than Rashford. Rashford's got way more experience than him.
Yes, and he
You know
has
what I mean? Way
for
more
me,
experience.
I feel like Rashford does have a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
If you put his head down in works, he has a higher ceiling.
And
Look,
Roy
yes,
had
I-
Rashford's balls and
I
Saka's
think, in my
balls.
opinion, in my humble opinion, I promise you, if United had like someone as good as Ten Hag, like from like the jump,
Yeah, from
Rashford
Rashford is clear.
Rashford is supposed to be talking to Mbappe, bro. I promise you.
Yeah.
He was
Which
supposed
is
to be-
where my argument
You see
came
what I'm-
from.
the things Mbappe's doing, Rashford should have been doing.
The thing is about Mbappe,
He's just Mbappe.
not a lot is backing him, man.
I mean, look.
In sense of trophies.
No, but look, I think you can't speak on his pedigree, right? Just look what he's done.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
yeah,
done
yeah,
it.
go on.
Look at what he's done. where he's done it, bro.
but like, yo,
His World Cup pedigree is
he's
insane.
playing in
bro.
the Farmers League, so it's
You
like.
see,
Now,
No,
if
but
no, Owens, it doesn't matter. If you bang in goals, you
Yeah,
bang
to
in
be
goals.
banging, where you playing, bro?
we are not disrespecting his
No,
ability. I'm saying
Oh, we're going overtime.
in the conversation of the coach, the man's not there yet.
Who?
Mbappe.
Compared to who though?
To no one.
He's
no
clear.
one.
He's
He
the
has no
golden
competition.
generation child.
I'm not saying he's a goat right now, but I'm
Yeah.
saying he is the best player in the world.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
That's what we think. That's what we think.
No,
I don't know
I'm
what
saying-
they're waiting
But not to win the Champions League and not to win it maybe in La Liga or
I
Premier
think
League
it's going to happen. Like,
is not
That's
helping his
true,
case,
yeah.
man.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
what I'm
true.
saying.
but at the same time,
The only thing helping his case is the World Cup. If you think about it, if he didn't have the World
And
Cup,
he's
Scary. That's carrying. It is carrying.
you know what I mean. A carrying is
But look, he's only 23 as well.
yeah,
So
it's
fine.
still a good
How
time
old
to
is
go.
How old is Rashford?
24.
25.
Nah, Rashford
26,
26, bro.
26.
26 this year.
He's only 26 this year. Leroy Sané just turned 27.
Nah, Hirosan is out of the conversation.
Yeah, well, I saw the injury. Really changed
His
his mindset.
other
Changed his
his
game.
injury, his mindset towards
Right,
people.
It's changed. Nah, well, I want to take it time, man. Just to end it off. Leroy Sané and Marcus Rashford. Peak. Both of them peak.
Marcus Rashford against PSG. I think Marcus Rashford over Sunday.
I'm going Sané.
I'm also going Sane.
I'm taking Rashford.
I'm going Sané.
You know why I'm going
Sane.
Sane? Because he's crazy.
Nah, but
And
the
he's
that
very-
peak Sane was just another
That
level,
peak
bro.
Sane was
You see what I'm
crazy.
saying? That's the same reason why I take Rashford over Saka. Because Rashford is crazy.
Crazy.
That's the same
We're
reason.
not disputing.
We're not saying
disputing.
we're not saying Saka's a better winger. We're saying we're talking about like,
Consistency
what's been
wise.
happening this season. Saka.
For the season,
Yeah, Saka's
Rashford.
the best winger.
Saka's
But now you're moving the goalpost for the Leroy
That's what
Sané.
it is.
It was just a
Different
question. That was just a
Different
question.
match.
But he was moving the goalpost, Mus.
No, it was just a question to end it off.
Different question.
Who, like in the peak, who you just as a random question, who you taking?
Look, to be honest with you, Sane isn't better than what he was.
Yeah.
Sane won't get better.
He won't.
Speed. Rashford still has
Room, but he still hasn't peaked to that level.
Yeah.
He can
okay.
and much better.
Yeah, I can't
You
say-
hear what I
can't say
said?
he was on that
He
level.
can and much better, but
he hasn't been there yet. We can't predict. We can't
Yes, time.
predict.
Yes, time. on this.
At the moment, Sane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sane.
And also what Sane was doing, but dribbles and shit. So.
That's where we leave it.
Thank you, brother.
Nah, but you had a horrible take, man. He had a horrible take.
I'll explain. I'll play a take you off camera.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
To be honest, I don't think it's horrible, man.
That's not a terrible thing.
It's not. It's not.
What about
Stop.